Hey, so I just thought I'd finish off this video by going over this patch itself and discuss the thought process and how I put it together and all the patchings and how you could possibly use it in your jam. Now, the majority of this sound comes with that sort of overdriven sort of bass line, which is all handled by these couple of cables here. So what I've got is the mixer itself, then I've got a high pass filter and a multi, which I'm using as a passive mixer. So I've got the signal coming out of the mixer going into the multi. I'm taking a sound off that, which is going into the high pass filter. So if I turn it up a bit, and then if I start overdriving it, I can actually add a bit of character by laying certain high pass frequencies through. Now I'll just turn that down. And then I'm taking also a signal off that and sending it to the filter, so reconnecting the whole chain with the grandmother. Now the envelope, I'm taking the inverse of the envelope, so the negative voltage. And then I've got it coming over to the modulation section over here to drive the LFO in a certain way. So if I turn it off, hit a key, you'll notice that it will stop and it will slowly speed up again. So I'm using that as a way to control the pulse width modulation of both the oscillators, but also so it always triggers every time I hit that note at the same point. I'm using the gate to create a sync. And that's pretty much the patch itself. And then you don't really need to tweak this side of the panel, it's all really the filter. So if I start up again, getting that drive, but you can also change the envelope amount with this one. You can also add a bit of squelch. And then for that final sort of muck around with the like bit of B section, I was just holding the key down and then using the sustain to add that in. And that's really this patch. Hopefully that was a bit of inspiring for you. Now you don't have to have a grandmother to use these ideas like creating feedback loops and using envelopes to drive other sort of modulation. Now you could have effects pedals, you could have another synthesizer, see how you can apply that sort of idea to it and see how it comes out with your track. Now if you do have a grandmother, feel free to play with that patch and see what you can make of it, see what else you can do. It's always interesting to see what other people do. And also I just wanted to finish off in saying I will be splitting these tutorial sections off the videos as I went through and had a bit of a listen, and it's always a bit jarring to hear a bit of tutorial if you want to just listen to music, or if you're looking for a tutorial, it's sort of, yeah, interesting way of putting the two together, but yeah, for future I'll be splitting the two, so you'll get the video and then you'll probably see another video during the week about some sort of element of what I did, or maybe something completely different. So if you have any ideas on what you want to see in these tutorials, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And yeah, every week's always been interesting, so we'll see what next week's bring, and I'll see you next time.